Hello and welcome to week 14 of our little exploration through mindfulness. Remembering that as we're going to go through this part of our little course, we're now into using mindfulness to explore things that we might find difficult. But in that, trying to kind of be open to reframing what we find difficult as simply another experience, something that we can sit with and explore with a bit of curiosity, just the same as we did way back on that very first day where we held a piece of food in our hand and we looked at it like we'd never seen it before, and we explored the colours and the textures, like instead of saying, oh yeah, that's just an apple or a raisin, know what it is, without kind of eating it, without really being with it, to really get into exploring what it looks like and how it feels and even how it sounds, and to be with the kind of strangeness of that. Who'd ever imagine listening to your food before you eat it, and also remembering what it was like in the raisin meditation to hold a piece of fruit in your mouth or a piece of food, but what does it feel like not to eat it, just to sit with it? So bringing that experience from our raisin meditation to this, what's it like when we really explore an experience with beginner's mind, with curiosity, and with an openness to whatever might be here? And what does it feel like to just be with an experience, not doing anything, just like holding that food but not chewing, exploring the sensation of not doing, of just being, of whatever arises. And maybe you might notice new things, maybe not. Whatever arises, it's a kind of a game, an exploration. So that's what we're going to be doing this week. Setting our intention. I'm going to do a body scan. It's going to be a long body scan as a chance to really explore these intentions, but always keeping an open mind as to outcome. So our attention is really, of course, with the body scan, first of all, just being, practicing being with whatever arises, and practicing a deliberate focus, choosing where we're going to put our focus. And embodiment is a great way of practicing being with the moment. Can we bring our focus just to what is here in the body, the physical sensations, trying to recognize if there's any judgment of good or bad or pleasant or unpleasant, but then going below that, recognizing the judgment, letting it go, and then coming back deeper. So what is actually here? What does it actually feel like? And can I turn towards it and explore it and be curious to whatever new awareness might arise? Practicing also bringing focus to something, but then disengaging. So as we move around the body, in the body scan, practicing engaging attention in a particular area of the body, but also practicing being able to let that go. And that's a bit like when we're in an experience, we can practice where we want to focus our attention, but we can also practice letting it go. So if we're aware in an experience that we're into a certain reaction, or we're into thought, or we're into story, or we're into memory, or we're into judgment, we can recognize that, and with deliberate mindfulness we can let it go, and then we can choose where we want to put our focus next. And also with that, practicing using breath, because the breath is a really good way of shifting focus. We can breathe in to what we find, and we can, through that breath, really focus on what we want. We can use that breath to come into awareness. Remember, we always say each new breath in is a new awareness, a new beginning. And then we can also practice letting go. Look what happens to your shoulders when you breathe in and when you breathe out. Let go. With that, you soften, you let go of what's here, but also you leave a space, an openness, a new opportunity for whatever is going to arise next. And then we can breathe into that, we can bring awareness to it. So letting go isn't, you're not going to lose anything. By letting go of what is there, you open up opportunity. And maybe the same thing will come back again, in which case go back and explore it. Might even feel different now that it's come back through awareness. It's been processed once. Go back into it, explore it again, let it go. Sit with that open awareness, open to whatever arises next. Might be something new, might be something different, might be the same thing over again. So just practicing that. And thirdly, the wandering mind. That mind is going to wander. Those thoughts are always going to come up. Those emotions are going to be there, particularly in a long body scan. Boredom, maybe. Falling asleep, maybe. Discomfort, possibly. A real aversion to something that you find in the body scan that is really not pleasant. That's possible too. So just practicing with that. Can you first of all just be with what is there? But also, can you notice how that affects the body? Can you notice where the mind goes? Can you notice the emotions that arise through it? But noticing how they are embodied, the embodied experience, and then letting them go too. So, yes, of course, recognize that the mind might wander 100 times, 1,000 times. Doesn't matter. That is the practice. And once that mind has wandered, once you've got awareness, congratulate yourself. Well done. Well done for being aware. Well done for seeing where my mind wandered. Isn't that interesting? That thought pattern came up again. And there's that persistent thought, or that niggling worry, or that memory coming back again. That's interesting. But right now, I'm going to let it go. Well done for being aware. Let's just come back into the body again and see what's going on inside. So that's the practice. And cultivate the learning through experience. Often when we encounter difficulty, even in a body scan, just like in life, our instinct is to say, okay, here's a problem, how do I solve it? Here's a difficulty, how do I fix it? Here's something I don't like, how do I make it better? So let's just practice experience. The experience of being in the meditation, the experience of being in the moment, and just allowing that wisdom to arise through the experience of being present, being aware and being mindful. And just trust in the magic of mindfulness. Because during this, every time you come back into mindful awareness, every time you're aware of the mind wandering, every time you tune into the signals that your body is giving you, that is another moment of mindful awareness. It's another opportunity to drop into that awareness that is beneath thought, the wisdom that really comes from deep inside. remembering that we are complete as we are, and we are whole as we are, and that mindful awareness allows us to drop into that wisdom that is already there. Okay, so you can do this lying down, you can do this sitting up. If you fall asleep, that's okay. Maybe if you're having trouble going to sleep, just play this video and you'll be asleep in 5 minutes. You could maybe play a game and play this every night and see how far you get through it before you fall asleep. Do you get beyond your toes? Do you get to your knees? Do you ever find your elbows? Or are you asleep even before you get to your feet? So play around with this. You know, mindfulness is a game. It's gentle, it's fun, it's playful. So always with a playful curiosity. Whenever judgment arises, well, it will. We're trained by life to judge things and evaluate things, but for this experience, just go with the flow and have some fun with it. Okay, so your posture, you know what to do. We've been doing this for 14 weeks now. You want to have yourself grounded. You can be lying down. For this, maybe a blanket, because it's a long meditation, and as you go through various emotional states, you might feel warm or cold. If you're tired and it's the end of the day and you don't want to fall asleep, maybe do this sitting. If you want to be a little bit more experimental, you could even practice this standing up. For this practice, your eyes want to be in a soft focus or perhaps closed, whatever feels natural for this particular meditation. And I haven't got my bells handy, so I'm just going to ding. After my ding, we will drop into meditation with 3 mindful breaths. So before we start, my cat is on the prowl. She might drop in and say hello during the meditation. If so, that's just part of the practice. So, ding. Coming into the moment through the physical sensations of sitting, and beginning with 3 mindful breaths, setting intention for the body scan, awareness of physical sensations, choice of focus, engaging and disengaging attention, allowing things to be as they are, and cultivating experiential learning through meditation. So just 3 mindful breaths, each one with a longer exhale, really filling the lungs and then letting go. And dropping into awareness of the breath in its natural rhythm. And through this, dropping just a little bit deeper into the meditation. And recognizing that there's nothing to change. There's nothing to do. Becoming the observer of the body breathing itself. And now noticing where you sense the breath the most physically present. This might be in the belly, or in the chest, or in the nose. And wherever you feel the breath, just bring an attitude of playful curiosity and practice exploring all the sensations of each full in-breath. Explore those sensations of expansion, How does it feel in the diaphragm? How does it feel in the rib cage? How does it feel with the cool air entering the nostrils? And now, in your own way, practice shifting attention to exploring each full out breath. How does it feel to explore those physical sensations of letting go? Noticing that actually the diaphragm rises. And at the same time the belly deflates. And the rib cage relaxes. And also check in what's going on at the tip of the nose. Each exhalation of warm air. And now holding in awareness the full sensation of the breath rising and falling, like waves on the ocean. Each in-breath a new beginning, and each out-breath a letting go. And when aware of the mind wandering, because busy minds always wander, gently recognizing this awareness and noting the drifting into thinking, and then using the breath to return focus to exploring how it feels in the body for each full breath in and each full breath out. And perhaps even dropping awareness into exploring that little pause at the top and the bottom of each breath. And in that moment of stillness, say, "Well done for noticing the wandering mind. And well done for noticing the thinking. And well done for being able to let it go and to refocus the breath to refocus attention on this new breath in and this new breath out and this new mindful moment. And in whatever way works for you, now choosing to bring your attention to exploring the physical sensations of sitting or lying down. Checking in with the sensations in the body, wherever it's in contact with surface, with areas of pressure. Maybe the surface is hard or soft. Maybe there's sensations of coolness or warmth. And as you explore, cultivating a beginner's mind curiosity, breathing in awareness to whatever you find, and breathing out to sink just a little bit deeper into this meditation, feeling yourself grounded and secure, and dropping your attention into whatever is alive in the body right now. There's nowhere else to be, and there's nothing else to do. Just opening up to exploring whatever is here. And now preparing to practice shifting attention as we move our focus around different regions of the body. And starting with checking in with the belly. How does the breath feel in the belly? Being curious, how does this movement feel today? And whatever you find, whatever is here, things are exactly as they should be. Practice exploring these sensations. Is the belly relaxed or tense? Is the breath rapid or slow? Is the breath shallow or deep? And how does the breath relate to the belly and all the internal organs? And practicing using the breath to breathe into whatever you find. Breathing in curiosity. Breathing in exploration. Breathing in allowing. And then holding this whole area in attention, breathing out to let it go. And on an in-breath, following that breath all the way down through the body, all the way down the left leg, and all the way down to the left foot. Just practice shifting the focus deliberately. Letting go of one region and bringing attention all the way down to the left foot. Now exploring what's present in this foot. Are there any areas of pressure? Any areas of contact with the ground? Maybe contact with shoes or socks? Or contact between the toes? There might be regions of warmth or coolness. There might be areas of buzzing or tingling. It might be that you don't even notice very much at all. And then just use that as your practice. Just explore how it feels when you don't feel much at all. Be aware of any attachment or any expectation of outcome. And just practice letting that go. And coming back to exploring what's actually in the foot right now. What does it feel like to let go of expectation and to just be with whatever is here right now? And for a bit of added practice, let's just take our focus right down into one of the toes. Just choose a toe and bring your attention right into that toe. What's alive in that toe right now? Just play around with this as an experiment in embodied awareness. Hello toe, how are you today? And then letting go of that little toe, expanding awareness now to hold both feet in awareness. Just checking in with how it feels to have 2 feet in awareness. Maybe just seeing if there's any difference in sensation between the 2 different feet. Maybe different areas of contact with the floor. Maybe even different sensations of temperature. Maybe different sensations of heat or cold or buzzing or tingling. And as always, if you're aware of boredom or restlessness or any intense reactions, as you explore these feet, all the little bones and all the little muscles, all the little details of feelings and sensations. If you're aware of boredom or restlessness, intrusive thoughts, just explore what it feels like to recognize those and come back into awareness. using the breath to come back into embodied awareness, letting go of thought. Maybe playing for a moment with observing the sensations of boredom or restlessness or discomfort as they arise in the body. And then using the breath to breathe into those feelings and using an out breath to let them go and return to those feet. What is here in the feet right now? Once again, using the in-breath to breathe into those feet, and on an out-breath, letting the feet go. Say goodbye to the feet, and expand awareness now to the legs. And opening curiosity, hello legs, what's going on with you today? And exploring the muscles, wherever you feel them the most, whether it's the thighs or the calves, or the muscles tense or relaxed. Checking in with the skin of your legs. Are you aware of any sensations of contact or touch with the clothing or with the surface you're on, or with the air around you? Maybe this feels different, all different parts of your legs. Checking in with areas of coolness or warmth. Maybe each leg feels different. And checking in with sensations of stillness or restlessness, comfort or discomfort. And whatever's here, practice turning towards it, playing with even just staying there for a few moments, bringing beginner's mind and curiosity. What does it feel like not to do anything about this sensation? Even if it's something like tension or pain or restlessness. What's it like just to be with this? Just as we practiced not chewing on a piece of food. Practicing not doing anything, just being with those sensations. Curious to what arises when you turn towards them. Gently. And knowing that mindfully you can choose just to leave the sensations as they are, or if you prefer, you can choose mindfully to adjust your posture and then bring mindfulness to how that changes the physical sensations that are present. Recognizing that there is no right way or wrong way to be. There is only this experience, held in awareness, and practicing being the observer to whatever is here right now. Knowing that everything arises and fades. Change is the universal constant. And exploring what is here in this unique moment is an act of mindful awareness and presence. Being with whatever is here right now. Knowing that when we drop into the next moment, things might be completely different. Or they might be the same. Just being open to allowing things to unfold in their own way. I wonder what's going to happen next. Using the breath, breathing into the legs. What's in the legs now? Muscle sensations, tension, pressure, acceptance, resistance, letting it all go, and then opening up to what the new moment brings. So moving the attention now to the pelvis, the pelvic region. Feeling how this connects to the legs and also to the torso. How the pelvis is a base for the spine, for supporting the body. And how the pelvis holds internal organs. How does it feel in the pelvis in this moment? Checking in with the muscles. Any holding? Any tension? Checking in with the joints and the tendons. Any pain or discomfort? Checking in with the internal organs of the pelvis. Using the attention like a spotlight, just traveling around this whole pelvic region. Any areas of warmth, moisture. Any areas of tension or holding. Any tingling. Maybe sensations of the pulse. Practice just dropping below thought, just being with the sensations that are here. Using the breath to breathe into whatever you find, to focus attention. Breathing out to soften anything that requires softening. To accept anything that needs acceptance. To bring curiosity to anything that requires an exploration. What's alive in the pelvis right now? And again, practicing letting go and moving on in our focus. Deliberately, on an in-breath, breathing into the whole pelvic region. And deliberately, on an out-breath, just letting it all go. Saying goodbye to the pelvis for right now. And moving our attention to the whole of the torso. Recognizing that there is a continuity, a connection between the pelvis and the spine, and between the organs of the pelvis and the belly, and between the belly and the chest, and even up into the shoulders and the ribs. And as you hold this whole area in attention, just checking in with how it feels to go from a narrow focus to a broader focus. Maybe just sitting in that wider awareness. Something will take your attention. There might be a sensation somewhere. Just go with the flow, whatever arises. What's alive in this region right now? Be open to not knowing mind, to not knowing where your attention is going to go next. Make this a practice of exploring what's just taking hold of your attention right now. Breathing into those sensations. Just exploring what's here. Checking always for areas of tension or relaxation. What's tense in the torso right now? And how does that feel in the muscles? What does it feel like to breathe into that tension and then to let it soften? Where are the areas of relaxation? How do the muscles feel when they're relaxed? How does it feel in the heart and the chest? Checking for comfort or discomfort. Trying to let go of those labels and just come back to what's actually going on in the body right now. In the heart space, in the chest. Checking in with how the whole torso changes with the expansion and contraction of the breath. And whether this is easy or difficult, just be with whatever arises. And if this difficulty brings you into thoughts or judgments or doubts, striving for a certain outcome, not sure if you're doing things the right way, just be aware that there's nowhere else to be right now. And there's nothing to do except be in awareness. So awareness of difficulty is part of the practice. So say to yourself, well done for being aware. Well done for noticing this. Now let's bring a little bit of curiosity. How does it feel in the body to recognize difficulty? Just allow it to be. Whether that be a muscle tension or an uneasiness in the chest or discomfort in the gut. Or whether it be the body reacting to questions about outcomes or evaluation of performance, just drop down, let go of those thoughts and come back into how does it feel in the body? And then say to yourself, well done. Well done for recognizing the mind wandering. Well done for noticing the emotions as they arise. And well done for coming back into exploring with embodied awareness. Breathing into the torso then. Let's just breathe into the torso, whatever we find, and use the out breath to let all that go. Let go of the difficulties, let go of the questions, let go of the judgment. That's all past. And on an in-breath, let's open up a new moment and recognize what's here now in the arms and the hands. And if you're sitting, perhaps just feel the weight of your arms and recognize that they are connected through the shoulders to the torso, and that continuity of awareness. And perhaps even noticing as we breathe how that changes the sensations in the arms. Perhaps you're aware of changes in contact with clothing as the breath just rises and falls. Perhaps aware of slight changes in posture. Checking in with the muscles of the arms. Maybe one arm feels different from the other. And whether you're lying down or sitting up, just checking wherever the arms are in contact with the body or in contact with the surface, wherever your hands are resting. And feel that connection between the surface, the spine, the shoulders, the arms and the hands. That whole continuity. And then bring your attention back just to the arms. Maybe for fun, just choose one arm. And explore how it feels. The muscles of the upper arm. And the muscles of the lower arm. Any tension or any sensations of relaxation. Maybe warmth or coolness. Maybe tingling. You might be aware of the little hairs on your arm rising if they're cold. You might be aware of areas of sweatiness or warmth. And then bringing attention specifically to the hands. The hands hold emotion, either in tension or stillness or movement. So just checking in with the fingers and the hands. Are any fingers touching each other? Is there any grasping, holding, tension, movement? When you're aware of it, is there any instinct to change this or to move recognizing that too. Perhaps playing with shifting your posture in one hand and allowing the other just to continue as it was. And then checking in with the difference between the two. And saying to yourself, whatever's here, this is okay. Things are exactly as they should be in this moment. Whatever is here, it's an opportunity to explore things in mindful awareness. It's an opportunity to practice body scan awareness. And even recognizing any tendency to want to change things, or judge things, or to label an experience as pleasant or unpleasant, or good or bad, or any self-belief that what you're doing is right or wrong. Just recognize these also as part of the practice. And having recognized them, let them go. Come back to simply observing what's in the hands. And now letting go of those hands and deliberately moving attention to the neck and the head. Let's start first of all by being aware of the connection between the neck and the body, and also between the brain and the body. And in checking in with the neck, how does it feel in this moment? Exploring mindfully any areas of tension, any sensitivity. Maybe the left side of your neck feels different from the right. Being aware that the neck is often connected to the shoulders and the upper back, and allowing your awareness to hold that whole area. Checking in with any connection between what's going on in the shoulders and the upper back and the neck. Maybe even checking in with your pelvis and the alignment of your spine. And then bringing that back into the neck. What's going on in the left side and the right side? And how does that manifest itself in the neck? And particularly if you find any tension or any pain or any muscle knots, using this again as a practice of just being with what's here, even for a few moments. What does it feel like just to turn towards that? Breathe into it. Maybe open up a new understanding of how this feels. And then maybe practicing with breathing in and breathing out to see if you can bring some relaxation. for some kindness. And then checking in with the jaw. Any clenching, maybe grinding the teeth. Any difference between the left-hand side of the jaw and the right? And from this, moving attention to the lips and the mouth and the tongue. Where's the tongue in the mouth? Is there any pressure, pressing against the roof of the mouth going on? Any pursing of the lips? Maybe just bringing a slight smile to the lips. And feeling that smile spread through the jaw. And noticing how that feels to deliberately and mindfully make that change. And then noticing how it feels to let that go. And moving attention up to the eyes and the brow. What happens here when you smile? And finally, moving attention up to the tip of the head, to the scalp. What's alive in the neck and the head right now? And what does it feel like to practice allowing and being with those sensations? Now on an in-breath, breathing into whatever you find, and on an out-breath, letting it all go. Say bye-bye to your neck, and your jaw, and your eyes, and your scalp, and just let them get on with being in whatever way they want to be. And practice expanding your attention to bring the whole body into awareness. The whole body connected together. Maintaining an attitude of curious, playful awareness. Practicing just being with the body, with embodied awareness. And being gentle with yourself. And bringing a certain compassion and kindness to this. And recognizing that, yes, of course, thoughts are going to arise. And of course there's going to be restlessness. And of course in a long body scan there's going to be difficulty and judgment. Just well done for noticing those. Well done for being aware. Well done for noticing the mind going wherever it goes. And noticing those emotions as they arise. And well done for letting them go. Even if you had to let them go 100 times. Well done for 100 opportunities for mindful awareness. And 100 chances to come back into embodied awareness and 100 opportunities to practice mindful awareness. So feeling the body connected together. Well done for being aware. And feeling the body grounded and secure. Well done of being aware of whatever arises in this practice, of anything that arises and all things that arise. And feeling the body breathing by itself. Well done for being able to shift your focus and intentionally breathe into things and then let them go. And feeling the body connected to the space around you. Well done for being open to whatever this experience brings and cultivating beginner's mind and the compassionate observer. And then feeling that transition as you come out of meditation and just exploring how it feels. This process of coming back into open awareness and bringing the experience of the body scan, of the being with what is here, and accepting and allowing, and bringing that into the rest of your day.